Today I am not just going to show you guys how to make meat pies, but I'm going to show you guys how to make meat pies in a bulk way. If you are a meat pie seller, or if you intend to start a meat pie business, that is a very lucrative business, especially if you are a Nigerian. Every Nigerian loves meat pie. I've not come across a Nigerian that do not love meat pie. So guys, this is my carrots, and I have onions here. So I am trying to cut my vegetables. I am going to try as much as possible to make this video short, okay, so that it doesn't get too long. If you intend to start a meat pie business, that means you need to get a vegetable cutter. I do not have one because I usually make meat pie for my family, not for commercial purpose. Anyways, that is not enough excuse, as I am going to get a meat pie cutter to make things easier for me. So guys, get a meat pie cutter, or if you cannot buy one, then you can just be ready to cut the vegetables yourself. And I cut everything: potatoes, carrots, onions, and I place them in one plate because I do not want to spread them in different plates and then later I will start washing plates. Okay guys, this is my garlic. Oh my god guys, fresh garlic was a game changer in this meat pie. I usually use garlic powder, but on this particular day I do not have garlic powder, so I decided to use a fresh garlic, and it was everything and more. I washed my garlic and then I chopped them into tiny pieces, then transferred into the same plate, and then I put my pan on fire. I added, you can use a saucepan. Saucepan is actually the best because it will give you everything, and yeah, it will make it easier for you to prepare these fillings. So I added a little bit garlic first, and then I added onions, and I added minced beef. Guys, I bought this minced beef from the supermarket. You can actually make a minced beef at home. One of these days I'm going to show you guys how to make minced beef at home, okay? And these are the ingredients, that is the spices that I'm going to use to spice up the fillings. It does not require a lot of spices, okay? Time is one thing that it requires, guys, and I'm a very big lover of time, so I put a lot of time in my food, especially foods that requires time. I use a lot of time, so make sure that you use enough time, and you can never go wrong with that. So I added dried pepper. If you have fresh pepper, you can add. I also added paprika, that is crumbs paprika, for flavor and also for color. I added seasoning cube, I added carrots, added everything. Then I added corn flour mixed in cold water. If you don't have corn flour for thickening, you can use your flour, that is flour for making your meat pie. Then I added water and I covered it and allowed to cook. And when I got back, guys, look at it. This was like 20 minutes later, and look at it, guys. It is time to leave it to cool down, okay? I transferred into a bowl and I left to cool down because it needs to cool down completely. And then in another bowl I started to make my dough, that is mix my flour and other stuff that I will need to prepare the dough for the meat pie. So I sieved the dough, guys. I usually do this because I don't want any type of dirt in my dough. So I added baking powder, which is not compulsory. You can make your meat pies without baking powder. Guys, you can see that I mixed the dried ingredients first. Mix your dried ingredients with the flour first, okay? Mix them together, and then you add your margarine. Margarine comes later. Margarine has to be cold, okay, so that it will give you that breadcrumb like texture, very important. And then this is my eggs. These eggs are 5, but I'm going to use 4 eggs for this because this is a large quantity of meat pie. Everything that you're using depends on the quantity that you want to make. So these eggs are cold as well, so make sure that it's cold egg so that it will give you the perfect crumbs, that is bread like crumbs that you want. And then this is cold milk as well. You must not use milk, or you can use water to replace milk, okay? Cold water is okay, it's going to replace milk. If you do not have milk, or if you cannot afford milk, okay, you can still get your meat pies. And then this is the dough, guys. This dough, I did not do much. You don't have to do much. You don't have to overwork the dough or to stress the dough or stress yourself. Cover the dough with cellophane and put in your fridge to stay for like 30 minutes. Very important. And then this is me getting my baking pan ready. I added 2 eggs, added cold water, and I mixed it. Usually when I prepare smaller amount of meat pie, I add only 1 egg, then add water, but because it's large quantity, I had to use 2 eggs. And then after 30 minutes, my dough is ready and it is time to prepare the meat pie proper. You can see, guys, I divided it, like, because the dough is too big, so I had to like cut it into smaller pieces so that it can be easier for me to work with. And as you can see, please do not make this very flat, guys. If you are rolling it, don't make it very flat. It has to be flat but not very flat, okay? You want that juicy type of meat pies. You can see my feelings. It has cooled down completely. It has to cool down completely. So guys, I put enough fillings. That is how I prepare my meat pies. I put enough fillings because I want that deliciousness. I want that juicy type of meat pies, okay? That is why I use enough fillings for it, and I put enough fillings in it so that when you are eating it, you'll be enjoying it. And then I coated my meat pie with the egg and water mixture, and it is time to go to the oven. It's going to stay for 30 minutes in the oven, and it's baking at 150 degrees. Guys, after 30 minutes, look at what I've got. The other ones are ready as well. You can see how juicy. The first one, I baked it to be brown because I love brown meat pie, and these ones I baked them to be lighter. As you can see, you can bake meat pies according to how you enjoy yours. I baked the lighter ones for my kids and then the brown ones for myself and my hubby. Look at that juiciness, guys. Look at that deliciousness. It looks so delicious. Thank you guys so much for watching.